The Ender 3 makes fantastic 3D prints, but one thing it's not very good at is being quiet. Now, the first source of noise that you want to address is the stepper motors, and there's two techniques for doing that. The first is the physical intervention, where you install stepper motor dampeners. Those are vibration dampeners. And my friend Michael over at Teaching Tech has a great little video where he shows you how to do that. But probably the better solution is to install trinamic stepper motor drivers that they just smooth out the operation of the stepper motors so they don't vibrate and make all that noise to begin with. Now, the stock board that comes on this printer, it's just not possible to upgrade that board to include trinamic stepper motor drivers. I mean, anything's possible, but realistically, no, it's not gonna happen. So you're gonna need to upgrade your control board, and that's exactly what I've done with the Duet board here, which is a fantastic upgrade for so many reasons, not the least of which is the fact that it comes with 2660 trinamic stepper motor drivers that pretty much make the stepper motors silent. So problem solved there, but neither the physical intervention or the trinamics for the stepper motors does anything to address the major source of noise on this printer, which is the fans. And I did a little analysis and I figured out a great solution to quiet this printer down a whole lot. That printer in the background is running all of the fans at full blast right now, except for the part cooling fan. And my solution works for both the modified with the Duet board as well as the stock control board. So stick around and I'll show you how I made it. So this right here is the microphone that I'm talking into, and I'm sure you guys can hear the fan for the power supply right here. Now, I have Noctua fans, giant 120 millimeter fan for the board cooling, as well as that 40 millimeter Noctua fan to cool the heat sink on the hot end. So the only fan noise, I mean, I can't even hear the two Noctua fans. So the only fan noise I'm getting is right here on the power supply, and this is just at idle. And if I turn on the let's turn on the bed here. Listen to it go. So I bought this 60 millimeter Noctua fan, another $15 fan. Let's turn that bed off. We don't need that to be on for a minute. And what I'm going to do real quick here is switch out these two fans and see what happens. Okay, so there's the Noctua fan and everything is silent. That is definitely running and I can't hear anything. But again, remember that's at idle. So here's the crazy thing. Even this Noctua fan, when you put a load, so the power supply is just reading loads, and you know, when it's got a lot of power being sucked from it, it kicks the cooling on full blast. So let's hit the heater bed here. Quite loud, even with the Noctua fan here. So yeah, that's not going to work for me. I sat here and thought about it for a few minutes, and I've come up with a solution that I like even better than the 60 millimeter fan, because basically it combines just this single 120 millimeter fan for cooling both the power supply and the board. So we're going to put this board right there like that. We're going to put that fan right on top. It's going to blow across the board and then into the power supply. So I need to make basically an extension to this power supply box that we're going to 3D print. And that does make the, you know, it's a bit more, it's a big box instead of real low profile, like something like that I might be able to get away with. But the cooling across the board here will just be top notch. So let's get to work making that. So starting with this geometry that I already made when I did the Teva little monster upgrade, we can see the Duet board here. This is one of my voltage regulators, and there's the fan. So I just need to rearrange this, draw in the power supply lid, and print it up. that's the geometry which you just saw me designing and then printing on the Tevo little monster using a 0.8 millimeter nozzle and ABS filament. So as soon as I'm done printing with this roll of ABS filament, that'll be it for me. I'm not going to touch that stuff again. Really the only appeal of that material is the fact that it's pretty inexpensive, but a much better material to do this job with would have been PETG. Now I am looking for something that's like stiffer and stronger and also high temperature to print with because I have a number of engineering projects coming up. So if you are a 3D printer manufacturer and you're looking to sponsor a YouTuber, I'm your guy. But yeah, so that's the geometry for the Duet board, and here is the geometry for the stock board. So all you have to do is print these two halves of the clamshell up, install your board, and slide that in to the power supply case, and you're ready to go. So pretty easy upgrade. But I do have to warn you guys to be very careful of the power supply when you have it open. There are capacitors in there that hold a charge even when the power is turned off. So when I was doing this upgrade, I stay away from the power supply components and just sort of, I'm messing around up here with the board and just trying not to touch the power supply. But yeah, it's functioning fantastically. And if you want to get your hands on it, please become a Patreon supporter. The link is in the description down below. For all of you who are already Patreon supporters, this geometry is upgraded or has been uploaded to the file folder, which you already have access to, as well as the new firmware build, because some of you astute viewers might have noticed that I'm now running this with end stops. And go ahead and watch the last video that I made if you want to learn about the end stops issue. I want to tell you all about a new channel which I will be starting, and the link will be in the description down below. And basically I'm splitting this channel in two because a lot of you unsubscribe whenever I release a Mechanism Monday video. I guess you only care about technical videos about 3D printers. So I want to be able to grow that channel, and with all those unsubscribes that YouTube keeps seeing, it doesn't feed those videos to people who actually want to see them, because it thinks nobody wants to see them because a few people unsubscribed. So the solution to that is to make a new channel. So if you do like my Mechanism Monday videos, that's like the freeline skates and the boomerang and the gears, that kind of a thing, go ahead and check out the description down below and subscribe to my new channel. So, all right, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.